Hello, everybody. It's Erica, and I am so excited about today's live because we are going to talk about dating and what that means for you in 2019. Hey, Tanika, how are you? And what that means for 2019, but then how you can take actionable steps for 2020. Hey, Gloria, how are you? Hey, good morning. Hey, Barb, how are you doing? Y'all, I'm so excited. Hey, Sean, I'm so excited about today because I'm going to give you some actionable steps how you can actually move forward in 2020. So let's go ahead and get started because I respect your time. So my name is Erica Holston, and I help people fix their communication issues, trust issues, and if they have any relationship issues. Hey, Camila, how are you? So I want to share with you a story about when I was a single woman. I had actually dated someone, and I met them through a mutual friend. And when I met them through a mutual friend, we talked on the phone for about a week and a half to 2 weeks, and we were really vibing with each other. And with us vibing with each other, I was just like, hey, I may actually have a catch and maybe somebody who could be a potential person who I could build something with or whatever. So we decided that we were actually going to go out to a restaurant. So I get to the restaurant, I'm on time, I'm looking cute, and within 10 minutes, he's not there. Hey, Lorenza. Hey, Benita. So he wasn't there. And I thought to myself, wait a minute. We were vibing on the phone. We were talking on the phone. You like me. I like you. We set up this date. And with the setting up this date, why aren't you here? So I called him in 10 minutes, hey, I just wanted to know where you were, but that's, that was the thought process that I had in my mind, this is what I'm going to say. But he didn't even answer the phone. And I thought to myself, how dare you? How could you actually want us to go out on a date, but you're not answering the phone? So I was okay, so I'm going to give this person 5 more minutes. So I gave him 5 more minutes, but this time when I called him, it went straight to voicemail. And I thought to myself, whatever. So what did I have to do? I had to look within myself, and I thought to myself, number one, I didn't do anything wrong. Number two, you missed out. Number three, that I'm going to continue to move forward with my life. And so what I want you to realize is that sometimes things are going to come up unexpectedly, and things are going to go in a different direction than what we actually anticipated. And so for me, I reached a fork in the road, and I decided that day that anytime someone does something that is wrong, I am not going to take on what it is that they do. Meaning is that even though he showed up, I didn't have to think to myself, well, what did I do wrong? What could I have done differently? Did he actually see me before? Did he actually see me before I had walked in the restaurant? Did he see something that he didn't like? I decided that I wasn't going to allow his actions to become my responsibility. So if you are a single person and someone isn't treating you right, if you are a single person and someone isn't actually doing what it is that they are supposed to be doing, don't allow it to be a reflection on you and to say well, maybe I did something wrong. No, if you know that you did all that you could, if you know that you did all that you could, if you know that you didn't do anything wrong, if you know that you are a good man and you are a good woman, do not allow what someone else does to be a reflection on you. So that I hope that is a tip that you can actually take for yourself. And also too, I want to encourage you to learn from every person that you meet. So each day can actually teach you something. Hey, April. Hey, Thad. Hey, Vaughn. So each person can actually teach you something, all right? So don't dismiss the lessons that you are being taught, but actually learn from your lessons. Number two is that, how many of us have actually made lists as far as like what we want in a man or a woman, or how many of us has actually made a list in what we want as far as like a husband or a wife? So I know I did. I wrote down, physical traits. I wrote down morals, values. I had wanted him to actually, treat his mom good and all of these things, right? And so with my list, like I said to myself, like, okay, so if these are the things that I had wanted in a potential husband, that I have to align myself with that list, right? And it hit me like a ton of bricks right in that moment. And I had to go to my phone, and I actually went to my phone, and I'm looking at this person like, nope, that person isn't in alignment. I looked at the next person. Nope, that person is in alignment. I looked at the next person. I thought to myself, like, what it is that I want isn't actually in my phone. Like, that person isn't in my phone. And I made a decision that I would have to let some people go in order for me to align what I wanted in a potential husband. So I want to encourage you is that if you want to attract the right type of people, if you want to actually move forward into 2020, is that when you make your list, right? When you make your list, to align yourself with that list. And if someone is in your phone, or you have people in your phone that isn't aligned with your list, that you should be able to make a decision like, am I going to choose this person? Am I going to keep on being stuck with this person? Am I going to keep on going through the same cycle over and over and over again? And for me, I made a decision that it stops here. It stops here. I'm going to be in alignment with what I want because I deserve it, because I'm good enough. And I want to encourage you that you are good enough. You are good enough to be in a relationship with someone who can love you, who will cherish you, who will want to do the things that you want to do, and that you don't have to keep on being put up with certain stuff that you don't even want to deal with. Because if you don't want to deal with those things, that you don't have to deal with those things. And I'm saying you don't have to deal with certain things within reason, okay? So align yourself with who it is that you want to attract, and dismiss the people like, no, you gotta go. You gotta go because you are not meeting my expectations. You got to go because I don't actually see myself growing with you. And I want to say this, is that Denzel Washington said is that he married up. Let's think about that. Denzel Washington said that he married up. All right. So if you are a single person, it is your goal to actually meet someone who you would want to marry, right? Think about marrying up. And if that doesn't speak to you, think about actually being with someone that you can actually grow with. Think about growing with someone. So when you meet somebody, make sure that they have a mentality that, hey, I'm willing to grow. Hey, I'm willing to help you to grow. Hey, I'm willing to execute the vision that you have for your life. Hey, I actually want to see you to be successful. Hey, I hope that you can actually see me successful. Like, let's be encouraged by Denzel Washington to either marry up, or B, actually meet someone and to date someone and to be in a relationship, or to actually marry someone that has a growth mind state. I know I just said something right there. If you agree with me, type 1. If you agree with me, type 1, that you are willing to actually marry up, or to grow, or to meet someone who you are willing to grow with. I know I'm talking good, y'all. All right, cool. All right, so my third tip is this, is that, if you want to date someone online, that you should put a picture online that represents yourself, right? That means is that, you don't want to, just look regular. Nah, you want to look like, you want to look like you got some swag in you, right? Or you want to look like, someone who is approachable. Maybe, in your profile picture, you want to smile. Hey, how you doing? Maybe you want to actually, be on the beach and, say like, I'm really passionate about traveling and, all of these things. Like, so when you want to date someone online, have a good picture and put in your bio, like what it is that you want. Like you want to meet someone who's family oriented. You want to meet somebody who's trustworthy. You want to meet someone who is educated. You want to meet somebody who is financially stable. Like actually put on your list exactly what it is that you want, because what it is that you want, I guarantee you that there is somebody out there who wants the same things that you want. And matter of fact, I felt that so much that I'm going to say it again. There is somebody out there who wants the same things that you want, but you haven't met them yet. And I want to encourage you is that it is possible to meet that person. So don't become discouraged. So again, when it comes to online, put a nice picture on there. And then number 2, put a good bio up there too. What it is that you want to attract in your life. Hey, Chris. So if you old school like me, okay, I had to meet my man in person. All right. I had to meet him in person, and I just couldn't, I couldn't do the online thing. But if that's what you want to do, by all means. So when it comes to meeting someone in person, I had to make sure that I could go out and meet him. I wasn't going to meet him on the couch eating Oreos. I wasn't going to meet him and he was going to knock on my door and say, hey, here I am. 9 times out of 10, it ain't going to happen like that, right? And so since it's not going to happen like that, like you have to have actionable steps like, hey, I'm going to go out every week, or I'm going to go out every 2 weeks. And when you have that actionable step, that you are putting yourself in a position to possibly meeting someone. And also to think about exactly like where you want to meet someone. So maybe you want to meet someone who is a professional. So maybe you want to start going to young professional events. Maybe you will want to meet someone at a social gathering that has the same interests like you do. Maybe you want to meet someone, who is in alignment as far as like your morals and your values, because that's how I met my husband. So we have a mutual friend, and with our mutual friend, this person is goal oriented, he's family oriented, he got his head on straight and all these things. And so when I went to the house party, I actually met my husband there, because how many of us know the saying that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree? And since it doesn't fall far from the tree, and that person was in alignment as far as like, someone who I would actually hang out with, I was able to meet my husband who was actually able to, meet my husband who is in alignment with the same things that I wanted, right? Yeah, Shine Heart, make yourself available. Yep, that is so true. So not only do you have to make yourself available, but you actually got to go out and meet somebody. You actually have to present yourself the way that you will want to be received. And then thirdly, that you want to make sure that someone is worthy of your time. You want to make sure that someone is worthy of your time, right? So I hope that, these tips are actually like helping you and to give you something to think about. So number 1, make sure that you learn from each person that you meet. Number 2, look beyond what it is that you are attracting, but actually align yourself with the person that you want to date for the long haul. Don't just think about the short term and just say, you know what, I'm lonely, I want somebody now. Like, no, like let's think about the long term. Let's think about, who is someone that can actually, you can grow with, who is someone who can actually, you can marry in order for you to marry up, right? And then lastly, be consistent with your actions. Be consistent by going out. Be consistent by meeting someone online and making sure that they're in alignment exactly what it is that you want for your life, because whatever it is that you want for your life, there is someone out there who actually wants the same things that you want, but you have to be willing to meet them. But in order for you to meet them, you actually got to go out there, or you actually got to be messaging people like, hey, can we set up a phone call, or hey, can we meet each other in person, because I would like to meet you, right? So yeah. So does anybody have any questions when it comes to dating? Because not only did I want to come on here and give you 3 powerful tips to give you 3 actionable steps, but if you have any questions, I want to answer your questions because I want to support you on your singles journey, because I know that it can be very difficult. I know that sometimes it can be, just not necessarily depressing, but it's just like, when am I going to meet the person that I want to marry? When am I going to meet the person that I want to be in a relationship? And all in all, let me just tell you is that you have to be consistent, and sometimes you got to be patient. And patience may not be the popular thing to talk about, but let me tell you is that if you are willing to be patient, it's going to be worth it once you meet that person, and you are going to look back and just say, you know what, I see why I had to go through that. I see why I had to learn that lesson. I see why I had to learn that lesson in order for me to appreciate this person. Right? So again, if you have any questions, please put it in the comment section, because I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you today. Yes, that's what I do. I help singles to learn what it is that they want, to become clear about their dating vision, not only about their dating vision, but what kind of person it is that you want to date. Because it could be difficult, but if you are able to see the vision, if you are able to align yourself, if you are able to move forward with your life and just say, that ex-boo, like, nah, that's yesterday. That ain't my today. Because my today, it is good. My today, I'm going to move forward. My today, that I'm going to move forward for my future. I ain't got time for what's back there, but I'm going to move forward with my life. Yeah, not only are you going to move forward with your life, but you are going to meet the person that you want. You are going to meet the person that you need in your life, but you got to align yourself with that person. All right. So if anybody doesn't have any questions, or if you want to ask me any questions in the inbox, that's cool too. And also too, I just want you to know, if you click on this link, that I have a worksheet that is free. I'm giving it to you as a gift. And with this free worksheet, that you'll be able to click on that link, and that you'll be able to see some questions to help you clarify some things when it comes to your dating vision. You'll be able to answer some questions as far as like what it is that you learned today, because whatever it is that you learned today, I hope that you are going to be actionable with it, that you are going to move forward in it, and that you are going to have a better dating experience than 2019, and that you're going to move forward in 2020 and just say, you know what, I got this. I may not have everything together today and right now, but I'm willing to move forward with my life. I'm willing to meet my new man. I'm willing to meet my new woman, and I just got to have it. Right? All right, so Danita says, these days are scary though. I just met a guy and we started talking on the phone. Okay, and he wanted to go to the movies like the next day. Then he wanted me to come over his house. I just felt like it was too soon. So I was scared to go to the movies without knowing him, because I just started thinking about sex trafficking. Well, Danita, I totally understand what it is that you are saying, and it is scary. If someone is moving too fast for you, that, listen to, what your gut is saying. And as you listen to what your gut is saying, you have to do what's comfortable for you. And if that's too fast for you, communicate that to him and just say, hey, you know what, like, I would want to talk to you on the phone more. I actually want to get to know you a little bit more, and I don't want to go to the movies. But if you decide, to cut it off, that's your choice. But if you want to communicate to him like, hey, I want to get to know you more, maybe let's talk for another week or two, and after I start to feel more comfortable, maybe we can actually go out on a date and have a nice time, and then from there actually see what he says. So I hope that helps you. Chris says, yes, how do you hold a conversation with a woman the only replies with syllable and one words? Oh my God. I actually had someone ask me this question yesterday. So there are some people who cannot communicate how they feel. And because they can't communicate how they feel, and they only reply in one word, maybe communicate to that person like, hey, Can we talk a little bit more over the phone in order for me to see how we can vibe together? And communicate to them also too, and just say, you know what, like, I need you to give me a little bit more than one syllable. I need you to actually talk to me, because I'm a person who likes to communicate. And if that person is willing, great. And if they are willing, guess what? They have a growth mind state and saying, you know what, like, I really vibe with this person. I really like Chris, and I actually want to, build something with Chris. And so since I want to do that I'm willing to meet what you request of me. But if that person continues to answer you with one syllable, if that person continues to answer you with only one word reply, well, you'll have to make an assessment like, okay, this person isn't willing to communicate to me. This person isn't willing to do what I ask. So you'll have to make a decision. And I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I want you to be encouraged to communicate to them clearly, like, hey, I need you to give me a little bit more than a smile face. I need you to give me a little bit more than a yes or a no, but I actually need you to communicate your words to me in order for me to vibe with you, in order for me to see where it is that you're coming from, and in order for me to see if I can actually build a relationship with you. Because at the end of the day, there are so many singles, and I constantly hear this, there are so many singles that are tired of playing games. And so now is the time for singles to communicate what it is that you want, to communicate what it is that you need. And if you need to make a decision as far as like your future, by all means, make that decision. All right. So Danita says, but it didn't work out with him because he was just moving too fast and wanted sex like right away. I feel you, girl. Yeah, so you know what's right for you. And since you know what's right for you, that it's good that you're moving forward. Not only that, I'm very proud of you as far as like making the decision like, nope, this ain't gonna work out. This is not for me. And, there are a lot of singles who, I'm gonna just stop right there. All right, cool. Sounds like her education level is low. Oh, okay. Tanika, I think you were responding to Chris when you said sounds like her education level is low. Yeah, that could be true. So, Chris, I hope that helps you. All right. Check his social media account before you go out on a date. Yes, Sean. Yes. Yep. Listen to Coach Sean before you go out on a date. Look at what he or she posts. What are they liking and engaging in on social media? Check out their IG account, Twitter, and FB account. Yes. Coach Sean is right on point. All right. I didn't listen to, told him that. All right, cool. All right, this was a good one. That was a good one. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this live. I definitely enjoyed myself. Please click on the link for your free worksheet, because it's going to ask you questions like, what are some things that you learned in 2019? What do you hope for 2020? And if you need a coach to figure things out, by all means, please message me. I would love to work with you. I would love to help you to work through your issues at whatever it is, whether if it's, dating, relationships, your communication skills, maybe even working through your trust issues. So I enjoyed myself. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Please hit the share button, because I think that we had a good time. I hope you had a good time. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll talk soon. Take care.